next weekend. Chris?
All right, Nicole, thank you. The board of directors for the historic Madam Walker Theater trying to raise more than $1 million to keep its doors open. The money will be used to repair its heating and cooling system, the roof and electrical wiring. And the board also says about $3,000 needed to get rid of an unpleasant odor at the theater, but we'll talk a little bit about that. Joining us this morning to talk about the need for the community's involvement to keep the Walker open, Program Director Crystal Babb. Crystal, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
It's hard to believe that a place as significant as the Madam Walker Theater is in need of such repair. Tell me a little bit about, we mentioned some of the things that are needed there at the theater.
Well, the single largest expenditure obviously is the HVAC system, the air conditioning. It's obviously outdated as we move into an energy efficient way of cooling and heating. So, but it's defunct, it's gone. So we are in need of, and that's the single largest item in need of actually replacing the unit altogether.
You said you're renting one at this time, and that's costing a lot of money.
$10,000 a month.
So that really eats into the budget very quickly.
Absolutely.
And I say it's hard to believe because it is such a significant part of our culture and our history here in Indiana. And tell me a little bit about how important it is at the Madam Walker Theater. So many events are held there, but also people like to come there. It's a landmark for the city.
It is a historic landmark for the city, and we are hoping that individuals will come together and to be great stewards of it. Like I said, it is a historic landmark. There's several events that we do for youth and arts and programming. People have their wedding receptions there as a part of being of their memories of having it at a historic venue.
And people like to visit there. People who come to this
Absolutely.
city to visit, that's one of the places they want to go.
Believe it or not, it is a bucket list for people that come abroad. They come to the city, and we do tours for people from Europe, France, Japan. They come and they visit and tour our facility because they read about the historic Madam Walker. So they want to see where all this took place and the history that took there, the rich history.
And you want to make sure that it shows well. If people are coming from
Absolutely.
that far, it's got to be a place worth seeing. So how did we get to this position? Is it just age of the building that's caused this? Is it just, you know, we've been keeping it up over the years? I mean, how did we get to this point now?
I think the age of the building, it's uniquely, the whole building is very unique in itself. And then I just think that as it's aged, we have not put the resources back into making sure that we keep up. Again, like I said, things have changed, you know, the energy efficient way of doing things. So the equipment is aged. It's over 20 years. I think then they reopened in 1988. So we're in 2012. So I think that just not putting the resources and getting the resources in to keep the maintenance of the building up.
Is there a real fear that the Walker could close?
Oh, absolutely. There's a real fear. I mean, in today's economy, you just need to make sure that funding is down from corporations, and that's probably a big need for us is sponsorships with corporations to come in and help sponsor entertainment and programs for youth and arts, those kinds of things. So yes, there is a fear that we could close the doors of Madam Walker Theater.
And that would be more than a shame.
That would be devastating to our community. So we're here, and we have a board of directors who is also the general manager and for the Indianapolis Recorder. And she did a great editorial on the elephant in the room and talking about the fact that it's a shame that we are not preserving our legacy. So it's been a fanfare and a wealth of support from the community, and people are now starting to call and wanting to know what can they do to help save the Walker and preserve the legacy.
And I know a lot of that information is on your website as well, is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay, and we'll have a link to that on our website. I know a lot of people, if they want to have questions answered, want to figure out a way they can donate, we want to make sure we make that connection with them.
That'd be great.
Crystal Babb, thanks so much for the information, and we wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
We want to keep the Walker here, don't we?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, here's Rich Nye now with a look at what's coming up in sports.